Picture a world where the internet isn't something you search anymore. It's something that starts to understand you. That's what paragraph shift means here. A big change in the rules of the game. Information retrieval is just looking at facts. Personal intelligence is an assistant that uses your own context to help you make decisions. Now, imagine you type a question, and instead of only scanning the web, the system first asks, who is asking this and what do they actually mean? That word, context, is basically your background story. The cloud, it says, context and insights is the promise. Answers that fit your life, not just the average person. Think of your online life like a shadow that follows you everywhere. Not spooky, just real. The phrase digital soul here is a metaphor for the full picture made from your digital traces. Metadata is simply data about your data, like dates, location, and patents. The slide shows 3 streams feeding one center: what you say, what you see, and where you go. Start with the most human part: your words, emails, messages, notes. They carry your plans, worries, and goals. Mining Gmail history just means scanning old messages to learn what matters to you. That's why the big words hit hard: secrets, struggles, dreams. Next comes your photo album, like a diary you didn't write in words. Faces, birthdays, holidays, outfits, places. It's all there. When it says recognizing everyone you've ever photographed, it means the system can connect the dots across years of picture and store, building a story of your life stages and preferences. Then there's the trail you leave behind in the real world. Work, home, shops, routines, favorite spots. Physical footprint is just a fancy way of saying your location patterns. First-hand intelligence means it's learning from where you actually go, so it can try to predict what you will do next. Put those 3 together, and you don't just get data. You get a profile that looks like a living person. That's what psychological profile means here, a model of your behavior patterns. The before versus now message is simple. Before, your info sat in storage. Now, it gets used to understand identity as something that changes over time. Here's the pitch. Instead of waiting for you to ask, the system tries to meet you halfway. Reactive is when you ask first. Predictive is when it tries to see your next step based on patterns. The rainbow arc from now to future is basically saying, we'll move ahead of your quest. Now you see what they mean by magic. You don't want more information. You want the right suggestion at the right time. But we can get the way that fits your family, books that match the season you're in. That data layer is the middle of the bridge. Your history gets turned into personalized recommendations. And then comes the price tag. Not in money, but in privacy. Convenience is the easy button. Privacy is your personal space. The balancing scale shows the trail. The more personal the assistant becomes, the more access it usually needs. Behind the scenes, 3 ideas make this work. Scaling laws means, in general, when models get bigger and trained on more data, they often get better in predictable ways. Inference time compute is simply the effort and processing power needed when the AI answers you in real time. And distillation is like taking a big, powerful teacher model and training a smaller student model to behave similarly, so it can run faster and cheaper. The last line sums up the message. Your data doesn't help only you now, it can help shape the next versions too. Here is where control is supposed to live. You start with a user profile, then search personalization. Then you choose what you connect. Personalization just means the system can tailor an app, if you allow. Google describes the idea as connecting services like search history and potentially other apps to make the responses more relevant with an option to disconnect. This is the moment of honesty. Don't click Allow on autopilot. Emails can carry private thoughts. Photos capture private moments. The big R graphic is basically saying, watch what you give access to. The question at the end of this is a real one. Is the convenience worth it? Now zoom out and think about kids growing up with this. To them, an AI that just knows won't feel like a breakthrough. It will feel normal, like Wi-Fi. That by 2027 line is a prediction. The shock wears off fast, and it becomes everyday life. You can choose to be a passenger, or you can drive. Passenger means you ignore it until it's everywhere. Driver means you decide what you connect, what you keep private, and what you rely on. The line, "First movers own the future," is a push to act early. But the truth is, choose your level of engagement on purpose.